keep asking membership.
How much was membership?
It was like
Stayed at 10 for a long
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, it was $10 for a long time.
Still is.
Back
Wow.
then, if you were a member, you got into Anime Destiny free too.
That's right.
Yeah, the thing about membership was that membership wasn't required until members only marathon.
That's right.
And that was
you
the
could buy
big
it
way.
at the door.
And that was the big way in which Cal Animage kept its budget up for, buying a new projector or whatever. Hey look, Sung Lee, former president of Cal Animage,
All right.
coming up here.
We're getting a lot of
Good. So, here's our ombudsman. He's
Yeah.
going to be correcting us on a couple things.
I joined the club in 98, early 98, and I became an officer I think 99 or 2000. Anyways, when I joined, membership was $5 I believe, maybe less. Maybe it was 3, I don't remember.
Was it you who raised the price some?
It's possible.
You can have him to blame, otherwise we'd still be at $5 and there would be no projector.
Yeah, no, I think it was
Was it because of the
that's when
projector?
we bought the projector.
Yeah,
and
yes.
then we needed the money.
Yeah.
Weren't there also the days when we would just have a television and we'd play tapes?
I don't think remember that bad.
It must have started that way.
That's how it started.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, okay.
According to Anne, like this is way before my time, and she remembers the days when they were in the little room and you had the cigar.
And it was raw, right?
I remember, yeah, it was raw,
It was
and they
raw
handed
with
out
scripts,
scripts
yeah.
to people to read while they were watching it.
You guys are so spoiled.
Oh man, in the days of anime clubs when they were at their height, when people would get in laser discs or tapes from Japan, subtitle it within like an hour, and then push it out to the club. I mean, UC Davis was famous for that. They had Young did that a couple times for us. What?
Santa Barbara is famous for it too.
Yeah, where they would literally get it in the door, have it subtitled a half hour later, and show it to the club. I remember Lars, who was with, which Cal Animage is it up in Davis? It's like Gamma. No, it's not Gamma, is it?
Delta, I believe.
Delta?
That would make sense.
But yeah, he would
F1 is Irvine.
he would basically listen. He would have the source. He would have a keyboard to type out the scripts. He would have an Amiga under his foot and hit spacebar for the timing, and he would do it real time. He would just go.
There's actually a foot pedal.
Yeah. And he would sub it real time.
Like, how long did it take them to get off of? Because I know that people would use. There was some Amiga subtitling program that everyone used
Oh, yeah.
for a really long time.
Nice, that.
Yeah.
Here's the
Like,
thing
up
with
to,
the
like,
Amiga. The
2000.
Amiga is a very cheap piece of hardware that could do the throughput, and there's one of the few, like Substation Alpha was, I think it was just like code that some guy wrote.
Yeah, I know that guy.
That's
Cool.
And he worked for
SSA.
Amiga, and so that became kind of the weapon of choice for subtitling.
It's still weird.
And yeah, well, okay, if you like nowadays a lot of people do the just everyone script and
Just as
or yeah, and then
digital,
there'll still be like a separate file, whatever, or they get encoded directly on the computers since now everything's digital. But before, when you had tapes, you would have one tape going into the Amiga, and then you have to have another tape that's outputting. So you had to have 2 VCRs, you had to have a foot pedal thing, you had to have Amiga, and yeah, it was a lot of hardware. I actually have a friend who actually has all that.
Yeah, college anime clubs used to be one of the few ways to get like fresh anime, basically. Otherwise, you would be limited to things like Voltron and like Robotech and let's see what else.
things that were.
Speed Racer. And then you've got Viz and they built themselves on Ranma.
Do you think we're still relevant?
Oh yeah.
Relevant?
You're more relevant
As a
now
social-
than
yeah.
probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because when everybody went to digital, people were like, I don't need to go meet people to get this stuff anymore. I can just go online.
Yeah.
And then they went, oh wait, I'm really lonely.
Well, the whole con thing kind of exploded after that phase showed up, and they realized a lot of the younger kids that did like anime and manga, they actually went out to these kind of places to gather and talk to each other and meet other people, and so everything's kind of back to normal again. But there was a dark time, which was our time, in which like it was really hard to get people to come out of their rooms.
Yeah, it's like bandwidth was fast, cheap, especially on college campuses. You had massive pipes.
Oh, yeah.
No regulation.
Did they have, this is sort of unrelated, but did they have, oh, they had DC++ even then?
And IRC was like a big way to do it.
There wasn't
Did they have
BitTorrent yet.
bandwidth
There wasn't
caps
BitTorrent
on-
yet. This was
They
the days where
started
I
shortly.
this was the days when you still had like I said, Winnie and Cher were new. Napster was still relevant.
Kazaa was still relevant.
Kazaa was still pretty good.
Yeah, and people were just starting to discover the possibilities of like getting more than just what is it, 54K? 56K. That's right. It's like, wow, I've gone to college and look at this connection. I can download movies. I mean, I remember coming to Unit 1 and it's like, the internet!
Not only that, but I mean, like college campuses, you know, like the entire floor was on a subnet, and so you could just go, hey, let's go see what's on this guy's computer, you know.
Yeah,
And we just left it open. And it's like, all right, let's do this.
The way to find out who was actually closer to you or actually in the Berkeley system so that you really didn't use any real internet bandwidth, you just used the actual local network, was to find people that had the men's octet, the Berkeley men's octet files on their computer, because then you knew they're very likely to be Berkeley students. Then you don't waste any of your allocated bandwidth when you actually take them. There were bandwidth restrictions when I joined. I remember it was something like 3-4 gigs a week.
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
pretty big.
But back in those days, 3-4 gigs was enormous.
Yeah, we used to use ASF files and
Oh god.
Real Media.
Real media.
Real
Oh,
media,
yeah.
baby. Real players.
I remember the quality of that. Like, I think Love was like one of the first shows that we showed that we just downloaded subtitled. Oh god, those are terrible.
Yeah. Well, Love was terrible too. So
Well, yeah.
Well, and I remember for a really long time, basically every downloaded anime episode would be like exactly like I think it was
200 or whatever. So it
either
fit, like, 3 on a
175
CD.
or like 125 or whatever. So
They were cut down in quality so you could fit them. You could fit like 4 episodes exactly on a CD or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
But they don't do that anymore? They switched?
now that
now that people have
basically
terabyte external drives,
they
like
do that for
DVDs are
standard
3.5
definition
gigs.
still, but usually for like HD they'll just be like whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been having issues with when people like deciding like lossless is a great thing, and I'm like,
It's just too
really?
nice.
Compression is so much better. I feel like you could still keep the file size the same and still
Yeah, like if
Then
people
again-
take a little bit of time, well, again, maybe not a little bit of time, but
Still gonna do
you
2
know,
passes.
to encode properly, instead of like uploading like gigabytes of data for like a 20-minute episode or something, it's like
yeah.
stupid.
random aside, who the hell would ever watch Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt in 720p? Seriously? Why? What the hell? That thing's ugly as sin. You don't even need to watch it in standard definition. Sorry, random aside. Like, just because you can do it high quality, why? It's like watching TV anime on Blu-ray. Why?